Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys like the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward. Hey guys, Altcoin Sherpa here with a daily coin analysis. Today I'm going to be reviewing Dogecoin. Doge is a coin that really took off a lot recently. It's an older coin that just surpassed its all-time highs in BTC value, which is actually very incredible if you think about it. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert. Do your own research. As I said before, it's very rare to see these old coins really skyrocket like it did. Dogecoin has long histories of pump and dumps, and I did a video on this a few months ago. But overall, it's a kind of a predictable coin. I mean, it has very strong pumps and very strong dumps, and you can kind of see that these levels are pretty they're pretty consistent overall. So if you look here, this former resistance level at 107 satoshis all the way back in 2014, many of us were not in crypto at the time. This was resistance for several times. I mean, if you look, overall, all of these times were resistance. This level is very consistent overall as a resistance level. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all the way up until 2018. And then price never reached that area ever again for quite some time. Obviously, this time in 2021, price bounced off this level. And this is interesting to see because this level hasn't been breached all the way since 2017. Which was, of course, the big bull run year. And obviously, as well, once resistance is broken, we see it flip to support. So that's what we saw here. We saw this area flip to support around 100 satoshis. And price grinded that way for a little while before going absolutely berserk. I really cannot emphasize to you how impressive it is that Dogecoin was able to reach and breach all-time high levels in its Bitcoin pair. Excuse me one second. If you look at old ERC20 tokens such as GNT or these other old coins, ICX, let's take a look. I wonder if this is going to show. Okay, let's look. If you look at some of these old ERC20 tokens, and this is not even like some old as some of the other ones, but GNT or REP, some of these old ones, it really is hard for me to believe that these coins will reach its all-time high levels with the BTC pair. USD pair, these coins will, but the fact that Dogecoin was able to breach these all-time high levels in this current environment is still very impressive to me. Now, Dogecoin is a meme coin. There is not really any fundamental value for it other than the fact that it has great liquidity and it's something that's tradable and it has incredible volatility. Dogecoin and XRP are two coins that are kind of older coins that really can pump very hard and dump very hard. As far as overall technicals go, I can't really give you much advice on this one, to be frank and honest with you. I mean, this could have just been the blow off top right here, but because now the Bitcoin pair is in its all-time high levels, there really isn't anything but air above, so the targets are going to be very difficult to find overall. You might want to look for some psychological levels on the USD pair. Actually, we'll review that in a little bit. The last overall consolidation area that I can really see is kind of this 370s to 450 satoshis area. This kind of area was a last consolidation before another big push up. And then before that, there was another consolidation area right around the 175 area. This consolidation area was a longer consolidation period, relatively speaking, but we've seen absolutely insane moves the last several hours, last few days. There's just incredible volume coming through. This thing, I think Red had just as much trading volume as Bitcoin USD, which is crazy to actually imagine. But Dogecoin has just skyrocketed. Now, in terms of overall buying the dip areas, I mean, I personally am not going to buy anytime soon. I think that this certainly could have more upside, especially given the Doge to $1 meme is certainly out there. But if you are looking for support and you're looking to buy dips, something like 370 might be an interesting area, but I think that's still kind of a risky area. That I would personally kind of wait until like 300 and maybe even lower around 240. This would be a full retrace. Unlikely it probably gets to that point, but overall it's just like very, very strong in terms of the pumping. You can also use a Fibonacci as well, and we might as well just go to the origin of this pump. Okay, if you're looking at some fib levels, it looks like this 430 kind of area is like a 0.5 retrace of this entire move. This fib might not be the best either. Actually, the fact that a 5-minute candle body closed at that level is pretty good. I wouldn't start considering buying this until 430. I think 430 is an okay entry. It depends on the overall trade. I definitely wouldn't go huge size personally. That could have been a big blow off top, but if you're looking for entries, 430 Satoshis is kind of like the area that I would view. A more aggressive one would be about 500. Those would be like my two next levels of interest. Certainly possible this goes lower though to the 350 area. I don't know what's going to happen with Dogecoin. I'm just going to preface that now too. Like, this coin goes absolutely bananas in both directions. I mean, it's quite possible we just see like massive dumping too. That's certainly possible. I mean, look at the last big run it had back in late January to early February. Huge wick up, massive volatility wicks, and one more last exit pump in early February before a long consolidation period. And the important thing to take away from this overall price action is to look at this consolidation. When coins have these huge moves and don't die, and they instead range like this is usually a pretty bullish sign, in my opinion. For instance, we used to see price action where coins would just go crazy big and then just have long pullbacks. And then what they would do was they would do something like this for the next like 6 months or 8 months. Accumulate, and then they would start moving again. This is the price action that we're used to. We aren't so used to seeing big runs, midway accumulation. Like, I'm guessing if I fib this here, let's take a look. I mean, you can play around with the fibs, of course, but I mean, this like probably hit like the 0.618 fib. But what I'm trying to say is it wasn't a full retrace all the way back down. It pulled back to like the 618, and then it accumulated for quite some time, and then now it's having this massive move. So this price action is something that we aren't used to, or many altcoin traders that are older. But nonetheless, this is still bullish. So if you're looking for altcoins that are kind of looking like this, there are many decentralized finance coins that are looking like this. But as far as technical analysis goes, I personally would not buy this until about 430 Satoshis. An aggressive entry would be 500. In terms of overall targets, I really have no idea. I mean, TA doesn't really help as much with this. You have to look at funding rates and all that other stuff, although that might just go out the window given how insane the volatility is for this and how many people are trading. So with the USD pair, this again looks really bullish still, but it wouldn't also surprise me to see this pull back. So here, this USD pair is a little bit cleaner. It's probably something like this for a fib. You can see big run up back in early January and then a massive consolidation period. This is just like an accumulation period where price just ranges for months, and then now it's starting to move very big. I mean, Doge to $1 has always been a meme, but that meme doesn't actually seem so out of reach at this point. Again, similar to the BTC pair, this won't really have great TA, in my opinion, for this coin. I mean, I don't really know what to say. This area around 14 cents seems to be like kind of a recent consolidation area, as well as this area on April 16th, a little bit earlier, around 27 cents to 22 cents. That's kind of an interesting area. And price almost wicked up to it already, you can see. I mean, it already kind of nailed the swing high. This dip got bought up quickly. As far as this being a top, I cannot say for certain. I mean, the volume overall hasn't been terribly big quite yet, but Dogecoin rockets up really fast and it dumps very fast if you look at its price history. So I personally believe that this will be a violent move down myself when it starts to retrace. I mean, if you look right here back for its other run, like look at this volatility right here during this last big run. Insane amount of volatility and a big pullback over the next few days, where, let's take a look, this went negative like 70% in just a few days. Like that's just insane. And obviously price got bought up quickly, but it just goes to show that the volatility in these types of coins like Dogecoin, you can lose like a lot of money very quickly when this pulls back. So I really emphasize that you should be very cautious, like as cautious as you can be in these situations. Don't size huge, in my opinion, unless you really know what you're doing. If I were to look for entries, I would look at like the 22 to 25 area, but that's kind of an aggressive entry area. And if you want it to be safer, you can go to like 16 or 15. Again, that would be a near full retrace of this entire move if it got to that point. I mean, if you looked at 15 cents, that would be like the 786 fib. Certainly possible. I'm not saying it's not, but that's kind of like where I'm at with the Doge BT or Doge USD pair. I think that psychological numbers might be better in general for targets, like maybe 50 cents, maybe 75 cents if it gets that high. And $1 should certainly be a strong resistance area given the overall context of what $1 is on a psychological level for this coin. But I honestly have no idea what this coin is going to do and how high it's going to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Dogecoin. Good luck and stay safe out there.